With the amount of access we have to information nowadays and the ease of access we have to information nowadays, I am constantly at a loss for how people can act dumb, to act like they don't know something. It's just, the example I'll use is, again, I would consider myself an avid YouTube participant, not just from the content side, but from the viewer side. And there is one channel in particular, I've mentioned them in my videos before, but I won't mention them now, that I'm finding myself less enamored with as of late. Because what I'm seeing, and I talked about how people in that specific situation have to change their content, have to change the way they do things in order to stay relevant. And I totally get that, and I can support that. But again, that sometimes, in fact often, will encourage me to participate less, because I started watching a channel for a certain reason, and if they're no longer doing that, then I don't want to be a part of it. But dumbing themselves down, like, it's just been a pattern lately of, we're going to post this question on Twitter or on Instagram, or encourage our subscriber base to get involved with answering this question that they could very well figure out for themselves. And I get the idea is to be more interactive with their viewership and make them feel like they're a part of this community. But in reality, to someone like me, you just look like you're crying out for attention. Like, oh, I don't know what this thing is. Somebody please tell me. Or, oh, I'm not sure how this is supposed to work. Please help me figure it out. If anybody out there in internet land knows, please, inform us. And that's just annoying. And not just from the content creator side. I mean, it's a much more publicized form of doing it, but from a person to person side. Like, there are very few people nowadays in our country, I should say, in the affluent nation that we have, that don't have access to information. I mean, even people that are living below the poverty line, at least in my experience, have a smartphone, at least one in the family. And most functioning adults have access to it. So there is no reason that you don't have the information you need. History, math, science, any question you can come up with, you can answer in a few seconds with the technology we have available today. But people just don't do it. They don't take the time. And so they make themselves look dumb, like, oh, I really wish I knew the answer to this question. Just take a couple seconds to look it up. The next step, though, is to then remember it so you don't have to look it up again. That's called learning. Talk to you tomorrow.